to give us just a little bit of a rendition of a poem or a speech, but 1 minute, please, because we don't have a lot of time. After him, we will now welcome His Excellency to address us. And after his address, there will be a kind of question and answer session, but it will be tightly moderated by my humble self.
Good evening, everybody. Mr. Peter Obi, welcome to Frankfurt. We're all diasporans here, so what I'm going to say is for us diasporans. 4 questions. Have you ever, or how many times, have you experienced the finger of suspicion pointed at you when something goes wrong? Maybe in your place of work, maybe in your neighborhood. How many times have you waited for a promotion that you are overqualified for, but somebody else, other people keep getting it, and they keep making them the bosses as if we are only good to follow but not to lead? How many times have you stood at a border, immigration, and showed your Nigerian passport and then expressed experience the humiliation of extensive and intrusive search? How many times have you presented your Nigerian qualification somewhere and they reject it and they say it's worth nothing? So the question is, what or why? How did it happen that our green passport became such a barrier? When Nigeria became independent, there was the belief that this country will be the one that will prove that the black race is great. But what has happened in between then and now? Because of I'm going to just give a simple example comparison between China and Nigeria with just 4 figures. In 1963, when Nigeria became a republic, the GDP per capita of Nigeria was 108, and the GDP per capita of China was $98. Nigeria had a higher GDP per capita than China. In 1983, at the end of the Second Republic, China had a GDP per capita of 225. Nigeria had of $1,223. Nigeria had 5 times GDP per capita than China in 1983. Today, Nigeria has GDP per capita of 2,085. China has of 12,556. Today, China has 6 times of what we have. As you can see, I read out all these figures without reading on paper because I just want Oga to know, Oga, we have started to copy you. We don't have to wait till after election. The change must start today. So why was China able to do it and Nigeria not? Simple word. Leadership. When they say that leadership matters, it really matters. We want a leader that leads by example. And so, my people, we welcome today Mr. Peter Obi, and I just need to, I don't know if you're informed, we have a young lady here who is going to present a special gift to the next president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We are instructors.
Okute. That should have happened on the stage, actually.
What do you want to say?
Mr. Peter Obi, welcome to Germany.
Thank you. What's your name? Chidinma. Oh my God. Chidinma, thank you very much. We do appreciate it. Thank you. Please clap for the young Chidinma. Thank you. Thank you very much. Good. Wow. Okay. This is almost the time we have been waiting for. I studied philosophy like Mr. Peter Obi, and Plato once said that the price you pay for refusing to take part in the government of your city is to live under the governance of evil men. So I thank all of you when you decided to come, and I thank His Excellency for deciding to take part in the governance of his country, so as not to live under the governance of evil men. May we all arise and welcome His Excellency to the stage.
We love you.
Glad to verify.
Let me very respectfully stand on all due and existing protocols. Mine this evening is going to be more of an active section than me talking to you. As a privilege today, let me start by thanking Mr. Sonny and his friend. I actually met them today for the first time. I didn't know them. I met them today for the first time. Somebody introduced me to Mr. Sonny. And I said I was going to go to, I was actually flying to Rome, and Mr. Sonny insisted, please pass through Germany. And I said, okay, fine, I'll pass through there. And then whenever I can have opportunity of meeting these 10 Nigerians, I want to meet them. Because at the end of the day, you are great. You are the ambassadors of the country. You are the ones who are trying to serve Nigeria. You are the ones who make it better. And then as we go on, I will tell you why I said so in the contribution. So for me today, it's more of learning, not telling you. Because if I stand here and tell you that I'm going to start, like my brother said, when he was talking about the figure, all the figures you know already. The person who introduced it said they are so chief. He has said that when he was doing the introduction, mentioned similar things. So for me, maybe my speech will come after the interaction. But basically, somebody was trying to show me a very lovely book, which I will read tomorrow. And he said to me, it's about the Green Revolution. And I've read some part of the book. And I said to him, listen, what you're saying here is so good. But we have fundamentals to fix. If I tell you I'm going to do what is in this book, if I succeed, and in life.
Confirm.
I'm not good. Yesterday, somebody else was, somebody said to me, what I'm going to start Nigerian Airways. And I said to him, no. He said, why? I said, we have a problem. And Sonny, I have to withdraw something. He said, yeah. He said, if we have a draft move. No. What I want you people to do is to request for the same opportunity for 18 of us who wants to be president of Nigeria. Well qualified. So not a dozen, but listen to us. When you listen to us, go and check our background. This is no longer for anybody to come and tell us false stories. No, don't listen to it. This is not even a time for anybody to show us wonderful qualification. I told my brother, Prof. Yes. My job is a trader and I live in Nigeria. It's the only town I can live in Nigeria. People say, why? I live there because it shows me what Nigeria is every day. Everything I want, I can learn from them. I'm a trader. But I've had the privilege of going to the best of schools. Whereas Oxford, Cambridge, everything, yes. But I always say to people, educational qualification is not a measure of integrity. And that is not a
integrity is a lifestyle.
So, listen to all of us, not through proxy. This campaign is not a campaign where we are going to speak through somebody. Let the person come direct and tell you what he's going to do for our country. Let me not say anyone. Take note of what he said. And the things I'll tell you when we conclude, but let me mention that, and I'll tell you again when we conclude. This time around, we're not going to take it when Mr. Obi comes here and tell us he's going to take us from point A to B. And when he becomes president, he'll start driving us from A to where we don't want to be. When this vehicle this time, ask a group of Nigerians now. I came into London yesterday. And when we were on the plane, everybody was saying nice things, that he was saying nice things about me. And I asked them a question. Do any of us know who is the pilot? They said no. So why did we enter this plane? I said the reason why we entered this plane is because we trusted that the man who is there is qualified. So number two, the plane says it's flight to London. And we're going to London. That's why we're there. But what happens in Nigeria is the man says, I'm qualified, we trust him. He said the flight is to London. And everybody was the plane. And he suddenly said it's going to Frankfurt. But we're not going to London, we're not going to Frankfurt. So, the reason why I'm telling you this is that all of us collectively are part of the problem. What next year I want us to do next year is to let Mr. Obi and others who are equally qualified come out and say where they will drive this line. Verify their past, present who they are, schools they went, and be able to do what? Now that we can trust them. So among all these people, who can we trust? Because if we do that, it will be easier. For me, like I told the people this evening that I spoke to, as I just came in and I said to them, first, you know the problem our country is facing today. Nobody will believe that we'll get to where we're getting. Nobody imagined it. Nobody saw it coming. But what we are facing today is cumulative effect of leadership failure over years. And it's getting worse. If you watch the Titanic, when it was going down, you know those who were playing music when they were dead. That's what happened to Nigeria. They were busy dancing and enjoying, not knowing they hoped to doing that. And then it became a mess. Nobody knew how we would come out of it. Nobody this will then become one of the most secure places in the surface of the world. You know it. We don't have it. So, even our resources, you see that our oil resources, everything is stolen. It is that bad. So you can imagine, and this is not something you put in your pocket. So it's government organized. Our economy is in a mess. We now have more people living in poverty than China and India combined. These two countries are 2.8 billion. We're 200 million. So how did we get it? Revenues are not there. Things are not working very well. We can no longer generate money because you hear every day people tell you our revenue to population is poor, revenue to GDP is poor, negative. We no longer have revenue. Can't even service our debts. First 4 months of this year, January to April, our total revenue for the federal government was in Naira was 1,630,000,000,000. Our total expenditure is 4,720,000,000,000.
You have to go and verify.
1 trillion over revenue. Imagine if you have a business and you have to spend 3 times your revenue. Another business, that's where your country is. So a country that has so much potential, so much in everything. So the situation looks very complex. So what are we going to do? That's what I've come to discuss with you. That's what I want us to look at. Yes, I listened to somebody who said, when you bring your passport, or when you go around, my father lived in the UK for 10 years. Children were born in the UK, they went to school in the UK. It was from the UK that I went to my state to become governor. And I tell people, at the end of the day, you will go back. Wow. Amen. And we owe it to do the sacrifice to build the place. I felt the same thing. But I can tell you, I don't see any country as racist. This is definitely different from Muslim. I don't. Why? When people tell me, I said, if you think they are, go back to the The reason why you're there is because your place is not good. Right. So, before it exists, that's why it's critical to the turnaround of Nigeria. Critical to turn around of everyone. Somebody asked me a question. I said to me, we're going to look for foreign investors. I said, foreign investors? What do I mean, one? Who told me about foreign investors? If you get Nigeria right, the Nigerian people outside have the resources to do what the Chinese and Indians did. It was the Chinese diasporans and Indian diasporans that first invested in their country because they saw a boom. And once they are doing that, what happens? The foreigners follow them. Because that's the very simple thing. If there's money here, if there's money here, the whole big will start. The foreign one will, because he knows there's money here. You don't go and look for peace when there's money. They will come. If you're going to look for them, then there's no money. Look at this place and you say there's no ice, there's no small thing, but put sugar here. And I can tell you, if you come back in 2 days, you find out that, oh, this thing thought is not available, you can't get it. Something is not for the rest of the world. So my dear people, it is for us to go back and fix our place. We need to secure it because it's important. We need to have proper leadership and institutionally. And there's nothing happening in other countries that is rocket science. What is making Germany? What is making Germany what it is today? Simple. A country is measured having productive capacity of the citizens. Ability to do something. The country is not productive.
You have to listen attentively, right, to hear him. This is what is called discussion. Not forcing himself to talk as if he's talking to animals.
I said it's very simple. Production. The more you produce goods and export, the more the currency becomes foreign. You're looking for dollar. You're looking for euro. You might sell something to somebody who has need. You have to. And the currency becomes strong. You can't allow it to sell the country. You'll be weak. Because I'm going to offer. And it's not anything. And the examples about say to me that I said, this person, the economy is not growing. There's so many things we need to do. So for me it's about number one, we need to bring stability in governance and security. Life and property. Because an investor has to come where there is security. Yes, we are alive, and that is possible. You need to invest in human capital. And human capital today is low. That's why it's productive. So you have 200 million people whose productive capacity is less than 10% in the real terms. It might be more or less. In the real terms, that's what I say. You need to change it. You need to reduce your cost of governance and have zero tolerance for corruption. People can't continue to just do what they're doing with government resources. It doesn't happen to somebody mentioned that they are not. So the business Nigeria. How did she come? Huh? When she visited Nigeria, do any of you know how she came to Nigeria? Huh? He came on the Sansa. Right? That is a country, Germany is a country sitting on 3.8 trillion GDP. So you can say that they are sitting on 4 trillion GDP. That's 3.8, approximately 4. Am I right? Yeah. And you are sitting on 400. So you're 10% of the GDP. You came on a commercial flight. If you want to visit him, come on a private jet.
Madness.
She came on a commercial flight. For him to return her visit,
chartered flights, private instead.
the German per capita is $45,000. My brother had just said Nigeria is 2050. So somebody who had your 22 times your per capita comes to visit you, came on a commercial flight, and you who just so with your 5% for 2,000, your 5% of German per capita is 2,225. Nigeria is not up to 5% of that. And you're going to visit him. Have you ever seen in 10-level convoy? She will not be in
It will never happen here.
I can tell you, if Germans see her in 10
They go to supermarkets by themselves.
next day, there is a lot of conflict. This is the problem we need to fix. I told Sonny today, I said I met him for the first time today. So when I arrived, Sonny said to me, Sonny, the man who introduced me to Sonny, the wonderful man. I don't know Sonny, but I know the man, and I believe the man. So when he introduced me to Sonny, I said, okay, since he's your friend, let me go and see him. But he insisted he will come as well. And Sonny insisted he will come. He said, since you don't know Sonny, I said, therefore I miss Sonny. But what are you coming to do? It's me that they want to see. And he says to Sonny, so many people want to accompany me, and they are going to pay their own. I said, why are they going to Germany? It's only me they want to see. So what is the other people want to do?
Rest of resources.
Yes, they can say it's their personal money. Everyone said, but I'm going to pay, but I'm going to pay. I said, no, I wouldn't even allow you to waste your time. Because all your personal money, then your personal money is important to the society. So we don't want it to be wasted. So what I'm trying to do is say, so I can.
One only.
So I was wondering
Also,
how I was going to do, arguing with the hotel about this, about that, and I said, I want the place to see. I'm not buying the hotel, I'm not buying it. I just a place to sleep for one night. My flight tomorrow is 7 a.m. So, don't worry yourself. You know, what am I saying this? It's also in all of us. That is what we want to stop. Cut down the cost of
governance.
I was following with a lot of people.
Devaluate politics. Tired.
Nobody was happy. Nobody. The English who used to give up the constitution. Not happy. So everywhere I go, once I go to Abuja, the big men and the president, everybody says, oh, nobody's happy with you. And I always say, Mr. President, one thing I've never promised anybody I'll do is to make them happy.
Resistance.
I never promised it. I promised to fix them. So when I came, we were number 29, 26, 27 in work and Nepal says no. We must be among the best. Of course, you know what? We came over. That was what I promised. So we're going to fill our heads.
And Imo State under Opposite is not even among the first 10
Why would they be happy?
in the year 2022.
It's not a business. I told somebody today, again, Sonny supervised them because he knows the person that I said, don't support me. You know, this is something. Don't say I didn't tell you. Don't say I didn't tell you. If you're supporting because you want to get something, please don't ask me. And I told the guy, I said, I'm not telling the guy, I said, if you're doing a business, and it's a business we need, who patronize you? Well, please, don't tell me. And I told him, go and read about my, not this, I read it, about my chief of staff. From Solomon, I said, I read it. I never met her. The day I swore in my commissioners, half of them, I met them for the first time. I didn't know who they are. And like the one she read, said, I appointed that commissioner for information. And after 9 months, I said, you can't be in information. Senior sister said, you have to be a private. I want you to be my chief of staff. Because she was so courageous. And I said it with respect to women. I had 5 of them who were able to tell me every day, you're wrong. You can't do this. Because that's what is lacking in our place. Nobody tells him he's wrong. No, nobody knows everything except an idiot. There are people who were able to say to me, you're wrong. This is what we promised. We're going to do it. So, I go around, my dear people, this evening is for us to look at our country. Unexamined life is not one day. My country has gone through this complaints. What is wrong with our country? Why are things not working? How can we pull our people out of poverty? What are we not doing? What are we doing right or wrong? You live in a world where things are working. There's nothing wrong. What is lacking is what he said. To have a lead. I won't even say vision. Vision is a directive. I want a separate. But a leader who is competent, who has the capacity, who has the character and commitment to do what is right. It is not rocket science. There's no reason why Egypt can in 5 years move their power generation and distribution from 20,000 to over 50,000. And Nigeria cannot move theirs from 4,000 to 10,000. It's the biggest economy in Africa. Biggest economy in Africa. With 200 million people. The second biggest economy is South Africa. With 50 million people. 60 million. About 50 something million people. About 60 million. They generate about 50,000 megawatts. About 50,000. So they generate 40,000 more than us. But what will shock you? 2 weeks ago, they declared the emergency in power. Emergency. And authorized that everybody can generate up to 100 megawatts without license. So somebody who is generating 50,000 declared emergency, and somebody who is declaring 4,000 have not declared
Kingdom of darkness.
That is the crisis you face. That is the crisis in your nation faces. And that is what I told the person who told me about the revolution. I said, you're right. But we need to deal with basic things. And those basic things is that we must say that this government, we're going to move from here to here. I told Sonny, I said, Sonny, you wonder whether I'm a pastor. Because since he took me, he seen me from everywhere we went, praying and everything. I said, Sonny, I'm a single prayer. God Almighty, do not allow me if I'm not going to change this.
To start what you will not finish.
The people are not going to stand for us to change this place. Because the worst thing that can happen is that all this trust people have with action. And I don't need their life to save. Because it's easy. When I went to another state, I said the same thing. Say, God, don't bring me here to be a mess. I want to change here. I don't want to be seen to have taken. I'm not a saint. Let nobody tell you them the same thing. But I think about character and integrity. I've had people argue with me when I was going. Why would you need money? Why would you need money? I said, they're money. It's not my money. It's their money. I said from the one we're going to save it. And we started saving it. So my dear people, the basic things we need to do. If you want today to say we're going to start pulling people out of poverty, it is a simple thing. Move the country from consumption to production. Germany, what is the population of Germany?
About 80 million.
80 million.
Not up to 80.
Let's say 80.
About 80.
Is that what is the value of the export?
Too much. SSX.
Okay. Huh?
In which segment? Electronics, automobile, where? Where do you want to start?
We're going to use 18 million to check.
Obedient.
No. Who is 80? What do want is 80? So, export. We're going to reduce the export. And who is the right one? No, let's not go there. Let's not go there. I want to do what is conservative. Their export is 1 trillion. Conservative. If you divide 1 trillion with 80 million, I think it's about 12,500. Can you check? Is that right? Is that correct? Okay. So every German, every year, that is what it contributes to export. That is really true. Nigeria is a country of 200 million. I'm going to use a rate which they are not happy with. Our export last year is 18 trillion naira. 18 trillion 900 billion naira. That's our total export. Which, if you divide by their own official rate, it gives you 47. If you divide it with my own rate, which is the correct rate, it gives you about 30 billion. I use 650. So, the country where you live,
1 person can differ about
value
200
of
billion.
export per person is
country.
12,500. In Nigeria, the 530 billion with 200 is $150. So if you move, if you decide to say, my target is that every export population will moved to $500. $500 multiplied 200 million is $100 million. That alone will bring your rate change and stability to about 500 million. These are not rocket science. They are done by other countries of the world. The man who is leading has to know these numbers. So you can measure them.
Ndimo bude vya kwa mimi vilifanya.
In Borno State, in Niger State, Borno State is where we select the issue of Boko Haram, and we need to deal with it. The same thing is happening in Niger State. Niger State is 76.3 square kilometers of land. So Niger State, if you minus water, Netherlands is 33,000 square kilometers. So Niger State is 2.5 times Netherlands. They can't feed themselves. They can't feed Nigeria. They can't export any food. Netherlands last year.
And the cattle can also
Total
eat
export
from
of
there.
Netherlands last year is 600 and something billion. But don't leave their export. The agricultural part of the component of it is about $120 billion. So if only Niger State give 1% of Netherlands export, 1%, we're not asking you to go to 10. They have 2.5 times the land. They have further land. So if they give only 1%, it's $1.2 billion. At my own rate, that would be about 750 billion naira, which is almost 5%, 5 times their budget. I don't need to go down there. And they'll be able to push their people back to front. They'll be able to put people out of poverty. The criminality you see today,
You will see no more.
you see people, the more you put people out of poverty, the more you reduce criminality. Imagine what it is. If all of us, I don't know where the next day will come from. Nobody can determine what we are going to do. Because we'll be all shocked. That is what is happening in your country. So, my dear people, next year election, it's not about, I don't want to follow people because it's from the southeast. I don't want to also follow people because it's related to you or because it speaks good English. We must remove pride. We must remove religion. We must remove religion. It will not be about connection. So the entitlement.
At all. You remove entitlement, the system will be very much strong.
We must replace them, like I said before. Character, competence, capacity, and commitment. This time guy that gave me flower today, that flower could have been grown in Nigeria. There's a state called Taraba in Nigeria. Taraba is a state occupying 54.6 square kilometers. With Mandela, so can grow flower, can grow tea, can grow custard. Kenya exported flour of over $500 million last year. And I went to the flower field. Young boys and girls that work there are being paid more than $100. And begging for food. Ethiopia exported coffee of $1.1 billion. For people in Taraba are begging for food. Sarah Lincoln with all their problems. They exported tea $1.4 billion. Imagine Taraba have done 10% of this tea program. 10%. That's $300 million. Which is about 200 billion. This is what we need.
But Sri Lanka is controversial.
That is why I say. And if we are doing those things, you know who will be the investor and those who will handle the export. You. Because you will now come back and invest in those farmland and everything with your resources and create an export market here. That's what other people are doing. But now what do? Work hard 24 hours, save money from people, only to eat. They get up every morning. They get up every morning and tell you we are hungry. They get up every morning and tell you, imagine if people get up here and say they are hungry. Who will give them the food? Yeah? So, they cannot walk.
You cannot walk. Only walk.
Yes. They need to start doing it. Those people there, everybody has to be productive. And what we saw, nobody exists. You know, some people thought, oh, we don't blame. Some people blame that the way God wants it. Or think that God can do magic. It will happen again. I don't think what is happening down here, business work is by prayers.
In the country that pray for people to bring light.
It's after work that you pray and it will work. But if you have not produced anything, so my dear people, I thank you for the sacrifice of coming out this evening to listen to me, for us to interact. I want to learn from you. But remember, this young girl represents what we must all do. Put the picture of your children on the wall and ask yourself, what society are we going to do for our children? Where do we want us to live? We have talented people. We have young people in their productive age who can change this world if we give them the opportunity. There's a lot of talent in Nigeria. All they want is somebody who can show them. If Nigerians have faith in Nigeria today, because they have a leader they can trust, and there's a hope, I can assure you Nigeria will change the world.
Yes, sir.
All of you can be part of it. Let's stop this abuse by taking revenge on all of us. And we'll take what's revenge on our children. God bless all of you.
To rescue Nigeria, take the chance.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Could you please take your seats? When you see when you see a man who is ready, nobody tells you that. When the person that will lead us, that will show us the way so that we can actualize ourselves as a country appears, nobody will tell you that. We thank you very much, Your Excellency, for the words. I wonder if anybody, after such an inspirational talk, would like to say something, but we all will have opportunities to ask questions, so we are going into it right away. The questions will have to be very short and relevant. If you try to take more of my time, I'm going to snatch the microphone off your hands. It has to be very short and to the point. So, for those who are watching from across the globe online, because this is being live streamed, we will take your questions too. We know that you are there, and we appreciate the fact that you guys decided to join us tonight. So, first of all, I will go, they say ladies first. So I will go with the lady who would like to take the first question. Okay, you start first. Short, direct to the point.
Good evening, Mr. Peter Obi. Our protocol duly observed. My name is Ukamaka Anedu.
Our protocol observer, yes, to say your name.
I'm from NRP. My question is, you've been mentioning other places that you would touch, like security and economy. We've not heard you talk about technology. Like myself, I'm studying electronics engineering, and my sister, Shoma, is aware. She's organizing women in STEM in Germany, I know. So, please, my question is, where is our stand if you happen to win next year's election?
When you win, when you win.
She is right to use this statement.
Okay, we relax. It will get to everybody. This is an interactive session. The ladies first, okay? Just let's. We are going to gather a few, and he will take them. After, we'll gather another set of questions, okay?
My name is Loreto. Actually, I've been campaigning online already on Facebook for you without knowing you. But I'll tell you why I chose you as the free aspirant. I saw a video of you actually holding your own luggage at an airport in Nigeria. And that was enough for me to know that that's the man we need.
To be tricked is not the case.
And my question is, I have a photo and the Nigerian when they were firing, when we still had security. Now, all my friends all over Africa go home every summer. I can't take my kids to Nigeria because it's not secure. So my question is, how do you intend to bring back security completely to Nigeria?
Thank you very much. That's a question on security. The very first question was on technology, security. Then we'll go for a man now, and then we'll oblige His Excellency to pick this set of questions before we go into another one. Relax. You're wrong. Wait.
Somebody write it.
Okay. Question. Sure.
My His Excellency Mr Peter Obi, I am Apostle Prophet Dr. Friday George. My question is on the issues of agriculture. How do you improve the issue of agriculture in Nigeria, because there's a lot of starvations and economic crisis?
Thank you. Please, just do us a favor. You can introduce yourself very shortly. Go directly to your question. We have every other person here who wants to ask a question or say something. So if you try to monopolize this, it will not be fair. Thank you. The next set is coming. Let him take this one, and then the next one will come. Okay? He will answer these ones first. We'll go into the next three. Is that all right? One more. Two more. Okay.
Thank you, Your Excellency. My name is Onyane Carlo. My question is on the issue of diaspora voting bill, which has passed the second reading in the Senate floor. So what do you have you intend to convince the Senate to allow 20 million Nigerians in the diaspora to vote in the election?
Thank you very much. We have a question from online viewers. Your Excellency, sir, my question is, how do you intend to solve the power problem? Are you going to privatize it completely? Kindly give details. So we will go for these ones now, and then the next set will come in. Thank you.
Sorry,
Somebody else.
very simple. There's 5 questions here. I'll start with my little sister, who wants to know more about the technology. The truth is that we can't talk about the war today without talking about technology. When we talk about, when I say we're going to deal with human capital development, you don't need to. It's about education. Today, the world is driven by knowledge. So nobody, if you don't want, if the more investment we put in education, the better your economy. And you can't talk about the education without talking about technology. Because everything moves from, we're not concentrating in STEM education. It's technology, vacancies, by year 2030 is running over 30 million, showing to investigate, possibility opportunities. So that we can take it as given. I said here, we will aggressively invest in human capital development. Security. Oh, I listen to you. I live in Nigeria. No country can talk, I said it here when I was talking. You can't talk about investment, you can't talk about anything if the people are not secure. But fighting security have two ways. There's a natural way of fighting security. And I said it here. You must aggressively start pulling people out of poverty. The more you pull people out of poverty, the more you reduce insecurity. You try to prevent. You reduce it. And then of course, the Nigerian security agencies has to be properly managed. The personnel have to be increased aggressively and properly equipped. Egypt is 100 million, and just to enough, and they have nearly 1 million police personnel. You can check, I don't know how many police in Egypt. In Nigeria, we're 200 million, and we have just about 300,000 police. That means that number needs to,
with little or no pay.
for us to get to an average of being where Egypt is, even when our population is double. And they're poorly equipped. You listen to the governor of Katsina, which is the most important state considered, the president comes from there, said that they have only Google about 5,000 police in Katsina, and in some police stations, they have only 30 police with 10 guns. They have 30. So if you use that as the national average, that means that even the 300,000 we have, only 100,000 equipped. That needs to be aggressively changed. And that component needs to be supported by state police. There's no reason why we should not have police at all levels. As governor of Anambra State, I funded all community security systems. Those in Anambra State will know. I bought vehicles, security vehicles for every community.
Go and check.
That's it. That's what is important. That's why I said, whatever I say, take it. You go and check. So that somebody comes to tell story with time of story. Not in 2023. So it's important. We deal with it. My brother also asked about agriculture. Agriculture is very important. Also, let me tell you, I talked about agriculture when I talked about Netherlands. Oil is important. But the biggest assets of Nigeria is the vast uncultivated land we have in the north. You must put money there. Cultivate and people turn it into manufactured goods for export. If you go to America today, the biggest economy, the biggest richest state is not Texas. It's not number one. It's not number two. It's not number three. It's about number 4. Yes, that's where the oil is. The biggest state is California. 3.3 trillion economy. Which is 8 times Nigerian GDP. One state. And that is where, what is their product? agriculture, and technology. So you can see this is a combination. You can't go wrong. It's important. Agriculture is important. Diaspora voting must. If I'm president of Nigeria, 2027, yes, why is it important that they vote? Because I can tell you, in as much as those in Nigeria become victim of bad governance, you actually was victim. No, not just that you actually was victim. Because you are partially, for a colonization or refugee or anything. But on top of that, on top of the fact that you're not even where you would have loved to be, you don't even have peace staying here. Because you still have to struggle to say something. For every phone call you get, so when we talk about good governance, I tell them, when I was governor, I used to go, wherever I travel, I didn't come to Germany, but I used to go to all over the world. And when I come to places like if I go to America, they say, oh, this man bought house here, this man bought house here. They want me to buy house. I said, yes. Like the Nigerian leaders who bought house, people in Germany because they buy house there. So I asked him, Peter, buy house. What am I going to do in a house in America? I don't live in America. What am I going to do in a house? I live in a house in London. When I live in London, I build my own house. And the house is there. But what am I going to buy a house in America? Buy a house in South Africa, in London? There is a movie. What madness is that? At most, it will cost me, maybe after the trip, maybe I go to Germany maybe 3-4 times a year. And I just start to there for one night. And that one night probably cost me to maximum 250 euros to save for the time. I don't think I'll knowingly pay more than that. So, if that is what I pay, I should say more, but all that is what I want to pay. So if that is my cost, that is $1,000 for the 4 trips. Even if you double 2,000 euros. If I buy a house here, it will cost me 500,000 euros. No. I just said, okay, for somebody like me, for somebody of my taste, maybe it will cost us for 1 million euros. So for 1 million euros, there is no way taxman will not take from me 20,000 every year. Tell me, why should anybody do that? plus light, plus history, plus other things that follow it, plus contact with everything. So at the end of the day, keeping that house can cost me as much as 40,000 to 50,000 euros. For something that will cost me 1,000 euros. Even if I have the money, I keep it in my country, in a bank.
One of the reasons Nigerian
5%.
leaders to
5% is 50,000 euros. That money is
root more money
who is it
from the Commonwealth of
who
the
makes money, employs labor. For the 50,000, I take 2,000, come here, have the same benefit. Power. Final question is power. Power is important to us. In a developing country, for every 1,000 megawatts of electricity, this is an estimate. Estimated that for every 1,000 megawatts of electricity the generates, you add half to 1% to the GDP. The consequence is that Nigeria today, if a committed government can generate, distribute in 5 years, can move from 5,000 to 15,000. I want to be conservative. Will be more. So by adding that 10,000 megawatts of electricity on top of 5,000 Nigerians, and make sure that the efficiently distributed, which will not cost you more than maybe $10-12 billion. You're going to add another 10% to our GDP. And I'll tell you more. And with that, you can put 5 million people out of poverty. And for 5 million people we pull out of poverty, the more people are there. Is that easy? Then people, all the questions you answer here is what we say to the reality that we need to face aggressively. So your voting is critical. Nobody is going to give you money to vote. Anybody who takes, anybody that's giving 5,000 here or 10,000 naira to vote, the person deserves life in prison. Because he's a dead person. So how many people take? Don't worry, we'll try as much as possible. That's why I'm here. I'm not going anywhere.
Great, great. Can you clap to that?
That's why I'm saying, let God has come home. Stand where I'm standing like this and talking to me.
Thank you. Okay, we will have, you can now see. You can now see that he has given us the opportunity to interact with him. So everybody should calm down. It will get to you.
It is important that we do this because let me tell you, everything you do here, I'm collecting it. People don't know how I bought computer in schools. I bought computer and buses for secondary schools in Anambra State. Every secondary school I visited, the children told me what they want. So when we collected it, we put it together. And I said, Commissioner, look at what they want. You have to start from here. So your questions are not just questions. I'm collecting all of this because when I leave you tomorrow, I'm going to go from there, going to Canada, going to US. So what people are saying is what makes, I'm learning.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Okay, good. The next round of questions.
Sir, I welcome Your Excellency. We don't want to be interested in that. You're welcome. Exactly. The country is in the mess. Please, sir, just as I'm asking my question, there's a young man here, as you spoke about education. He has not met you, but he told me he has PhD from Switzerland and he's here today. But you paid for his education because he wrote you a letter when he was in the university. This is
Okay, we want the beneficiary of his educational vision to say something, just a word.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. So my name is Chukwebuka Edun. I'm a doctor, but Chukwebuka Edun, I call me Chukwebuka Edun.
Dr. Ebuka.
I met him first when I was still studying at the University of Ibadan. So I've already previously presented at the University of Ibadan in different competition. Then I wrote a letter and I was recommended to attend a summer program at Skills. So I wrote a letter to Mr. Peter Obi indicating that I would want to attend this workshop, but I cannot afford it, and this is explicit. And I was surprised that Mr. Peter Obi read my letter, called me, invited me to the government house, and told me they are going to fund my participation. Then I've not been able to meet Mr. Peter Obi. And after it was at the workshop that I discovered there's opportunity for me to do my master's in Switzerland. So I returned back to Nigeria, applied for the funding to do in the Swiss government to do for my master's, and after my master's, I did my PhD, and I'm now a lecturer. And it's a brother.
You can see the man with a vision, and then he has done this for a lot of people from Anambra State, and we are very grateful that such a man is trying to be our president. Can we clap for that, please? Great. The guy who introduced this topic has not finished his question. So let's give him the opportunity to do that, please.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Yes, it's important that we acknowledge what we have done, what we have done. But we look like I drove 4 hours and then I met him here. He's the first person who flew from Switzerland, and he gave me the picture, and I said, no, this must get to the world. But my question is the fundamental things, the things you have been talking about. In three questions in order to be very fast. Number one, when we talk about planning for development, we talk about Human Development Index. And when you talk about that, in Nigeria, we don't even know how many people we are. We just say 200-something million. How can you target development to people you don't even know how many they are? If I'm driving my car, the police stands behind me, they punch in my number, they can know my address and my name. That way, they can plan for security, they can plan for economy and everything. What are you going to do about the census in Nigeria to be accurate? Secondly, we talk about internal security. What about external security? When you talk about, I heard you talk about security as a renewable asset, which is phenomenal, such an insight. So, are we going to plan for the future? Because we don't even have a frigate for a country that calls itself the giant of Africa. If there is a war tomorrow, what are we going to do? Because we're struggling internally, what externally? The third one is.
So it's enough. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, please do us a favor. It is not fair on others when you monopolize the question time. Ask one question, let others contribute as well. Wait, a woman now, and then we'll come to a man and a woman.
Yeah, sure. I have a simple question. It's a picture. It's not Okay, good. Thank you. I wanted your attention. So, my question is regarding the PVC registration. because looking at since you came out and announced your candidacy, a lot of young people are willing, very hungry to have you as our president. But right now we are facing the problem that people are not able to register. And I'm wondering, from the Labour Party, what is your agenda at this moment? How do you think you can solve this problem to get INEC to have people registered and we can have people that can actually come to vote for you? Thank you.
Thank you. Then a guy.
Your Excellency. Your Excellency, my question, my name is Olufemi Abiru. My question is about how do you want to stay clear of corrupt politicians? We know how politics work in Nigeria, you know. It's about they invest in your campaign and you have to give them some kind of compensation in terms of political appointments or in terms of contracts. And we know how this normally affects performance. So the performance of governance starts right from the campaign. So how do you want to stay clear of corrupt politicians? And we can see they're already coming around you. Thank you.
Okay, the Reverend Sister wants to ask a question. We have not had somebody of the club.
Standing on existing protocol, Mr. Peter Obi said we should call you. I'm Mr. Christiana Indika, I live here in Frankfurt. My question is that you have been focusing on internal issues, and most of the time, I don't know whether it is conspiracy theory or what, but it stands somehow to be true that sometimes 60% of issues can be internal, and then the remaining 30-25% will be external in terms of international politics. And sometimes we realize that when we look at what happened to Libya or what happened in Zimbabwe, how some of these, those who are leaders of the government, so to say, are being influenced, whether they are able to adjust to the interests of the powers that rule the world. So how are you going to cope with this war, no shishi, no shishi is not just about the internal, but also about raising the country to stand among others to talk on the same table at equal terms. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. We have limited time, so we are going to rush a few more questions in so that he could take them in his stride. Okay. He will address these ones, and then we will take the other ones. Okay?
I'll start with the last one. But let me tell you, our foreign policy remains Africa focused. So Africa is going to be the center of our foreign policy. And in doing so, we work hard in bringing good governance within Africa, as well as ensuring peace in Africa and being involved with issues of trade and investment within Africa. It's always good often to blame external interference. The reality is that if you do the right thing, it's like somebody's house. If you're doing the right thing, it's difficult for somebody to come and start bringing problems in your house. well with your wife, children, everything. You know how different these people have. It's difficult for a standard person. A standard person comes in when you don't have. So for me, it's best to deal with the internal crisis we're facing. Build a robust and thriving economy. Countries that are respected by their internal stability and their economy. When you hear G8, G7, G10, G20, G anything, is based on economy. If you're healthy inside and you're stable, everybody will want to deal with you. And at that stage, your external or your foreign policies determined by your local stability and economy. And that's how your relationship. For example, Nigeria is a very huge market, 200 million people. Imagine if we had resources. There's a time British Airways, British Carrier, everybody rushing to Nigeria. Now they begin to give us condition. We'll stop coming to Nigeria. Because of so yes, external influences are there, but they become more prominent when you're weak. Like every human being. You know, when you're weak, everybody throws everything to you. Issue of corruption and corrupt politicians. You know, let me tell you, when I was talking, I said we have zero tolerance for corruption. One of the worst things that can happen to a country is corruption. The reason why it's so is that corruption kills three things that makes a country work. Corruption kills entrepreneurship. Nobody thinks how to create things. It kills professionalism. It kills hard work. Why would I be hardworking when this man can make money just like that? Why would a professor doing research be a professor when a council or local government chairman can make more money than a professor? In this country, in America, and also sure, that if you go to California, Stanford professors earn as much, if not more, than the governor of California. It's the opposite. So it's important that we get it right. I don't think the professors in Harvard or their top schools in America earn less than members of State House of Assemblies or State of Congress in America, or even National Congress in America. So this is important. But people tell you it's difficult to fight corruption. I don't believe that. If you, the principal person, is not stable, you first, so we eliminate you. Your family is not. Those around you are not. You reduce it by 70%. Right. Correct. Because you have to add your own. Let me tell you, this is the simple thing. You have a governor, have a commission, have a permanent secretary, have a accountant general. You have lots of people. So you add your own. Commissioners will add their own. Federal layers will add their own. When they eventually bring it back to you, you find it very difficult not to sign it. Because your own is inside. Remember what I said, I'm not a saint. I particularly am not. People have said every accusation against me.
We verify that is wrong.
And I said, no, let me finish. And I said to them, it's a very simple thing. Go to Anambra State. In my 8 years of being governor, maybe I received probably in total money that Anambra State got from everywhere, maybe about $500 billion in my 8 years. I saved 75% of it. So, very sorry. I saved about 10 to 15% of it. I said to people, go to Anambra State and show me where their money is missing. Please, if that was the amount, that means that the 5%, 1% of 500 billion is 5 billion. Go and show me where they're missing 5 billion. I left in 3 banks, and then they eventually have been verified. In 3 banks in Nigeria, the day I left office, I left $50 million each. In 3 banks, $50 million each. In Access Bank, Diamond Bank, Fidelity Bank. And I left the equivalent of $50 in naira in the 3 banks. And then, if you want the statement, people said to me, like I said before, why living that? I said, it's their money. And since I left Anambra State, Anambra has now bought me pure water. They not bought me a bottle of water. When the house said to me, you're going to have pension, gratuity, severance, and everything, I said to them, I finished the job. I'm going home. So what am I trying to say? If you are not, because you are going to approve what they will say. It's a simple thing. It's as for me. But you don't know what it is. You might not be, you might not even be taking, but you don't have the capacity to know what is happening. I used to tell my accountant there the balance. So it's very easy to manage. I think that's corruption. I don't know where I kept my papers. I'm just trying to find where I kept the papers. Huh? In my left pocket. Okay, yes, I did. Issue of FDI and population. Very correct. You can't plan without statistics. It's very difficult to plan. But we have not even planned with the estimates. The only place to have estimates is in that where we want to try to do. We use the estimated bill, but we don't use the estimated population. So, if we have planned given the population we have, we have gone far. But there is no, today, when they talk about development, people think development is physical development. So you go and start building in suppose in the rural area, say a big 10-story building, and say that's development. And I said to them, no, you can't develop and build physical infrastructure without building the money. All right. critical infrastructure. Otherwise it will fail. And that is where your HDI was measured. Today, Nigeria is low in HDI. Because your country is not doing that. In the year 2000, Bangladesh, even Ghana in Africa, Vietnam, India, year 2000, all these countries I mentioned were in the low category of HDI with Nigeria. Today they've all moved. Because our leaders don't have anything to measure. You know, remember what I told you when I started that? What we do is hey, somebody comes and says, I'm taking us to London. And we enter. That's what we do. So what we do now is we don't know where we're going. None of you here. You know today you can go and find a German class. Huh? But nobody knows the plan. Huh? No, we have glossy paper. We have glossy paper everybody reads. And want you to deal with money. That is the end of it. The driver doesn't know where the paper is. The conductor is throwing it away because he wants to collect money. The consequence is that if you don't know where you're going, every road will lead you there. Because you don't know where you're going. So anywhere you land yourself, it's fine. BBC, well, for me, my sister, this is not the time to stop everywhere. I'm very honest. What is important is for us to have a good government will want all this. Because the government will stop registration 6 months to election. So many people are going to be qualified in the month of July, month of August, month of September, month of this. It doesn't make sense. At this time and age, you're supposed to stop it. Okay, that will take you one minute. But, you know, let's just try with what we have and see if we get there. Just like, why can't people in diaspora go? It is so easy. It is so easy. You know, in today's age and time, we have embassies. We have embassies in Germany. These people are recorded, they have their record, they have everything. They just go there and vote. So, but we manage all this confusion. Internal security and external security. Well, I agree with somebody who said about external security. But you know, when you have a multi-faceted problem, you start dealing with it. Like I told the person who told me, let me tell you one of my experience. Somebody came when I was a member of economic management team of the president. Somebody came to tell us how we can do nuclear power to solve the So this is not formal. This is to somehow apart from. So when the person finished presentation and they said I should comment, I said, well, I'm more worried that there's no road between Ore and Benin. Let's not get into what we don't know about. We have not used coal. We have abundant coal. We are not using it. We have abundant gas. No using it. We are going to nuclear one that nearly killed everybody in Japan. So, what am I trying to say? Give a external war. We have internal war already. Let's deal with it. When the external people come, we'll make them. Let's deal with it. We have a crisis. And I want you people, when we are doing this evening, my dear people, what I'm doing with you people now, for the average person who is engaged in politics now, it's waste of time. Yes, sir. That's how it's seen. It's a waste of time. But that's how people in Germany here, that's how Angela Merkel was doing everything to campaign. Am I right? Yeah, that's correct. In Nigeria, because of that, what is all this thing that he's doing? Going all over the place that he's speaking. Is he, what does he think he's doing? Because we used to people not talking to us, and suddenly they land there and start creating confusion, and we're all wondering, what is this man? But we were here when this man was passing. We refuse to stop it. But they start telling you where they see, and that is what somebody said there. We will not worry about those. Don't worry about those who are coming around me. I'm not saying people. It was the same teachers who used to teach me before I came. And we were 26 that we used to be number one. When they found out that I come to work by 7:30, everybody comes to work by 7:30. That is why you're very critical and involved. That's why the Merkel will stand and take questions from students and everybody, go to every corner to campaign. What happened? How many of us have come to campaign to you? Nobody cares. You will even be here. And they send and they tell you, some of you are members of PDP. Some of you are members of APC. Some of you are members of anything. And the youngsters don't come. They don't care about you. Because it's not about you. So that's what we are. So once again, I thank you people. I let me thank you
Thank you very much.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Peter Obi, you're welcome, sir. My question is, do you in any way envisage, of course you're already elected by my own representation, but do you in any way envisage having a National Assembly that is not comprised majority Labour Party members? And how do you intend to play or go through the murky waters of getting your job done? Thank you very much, sir.
What's your name?
My name is Chuma, and I agree.
Thank you. We want a lady now.
Thank you very much, Mr. Obi. I want to ask a question the aspect of education, especially the primary and secondary school. I studied in Ukraine for 6 years, and I happen
able to work as a professional English teacher in school in Ukraine. Ukraine. I came from Ukraine. I fled from Ukraine during the war here. So I want to know, what are your plans for the kids, especially the primary and secondary school, to give this called scholarship, like free education from primary and secondary school. I want to know your purpose and what you have in that aspect, because working as an English teacher back in Ukraine, I know what I saw here and the quality education given to kids over there. Just like you said, that knowledge is power. It's not all about the knowledge, but the structural knowledge. So what do you have for the kids in Nigeria, the primary and the secondary school, giving them this free education?
Thank you. Wait, no. We have taken enough from this side. Let's get over to the other side, so that it will be fair and balanced. I have an elder here.
I introduce myself. I am Daniel Ubari. I studied medicine in Germany and practiced medicine in Nigeria. I practiced medicine still in Germany. Some years in the late 80s, when then Governor Mbappe, he came to Germany, so I helped in the areas where I could. So the operations and every other thing, of course, I said, okay. It was frequently coming down to Germany. So my question here is, what do you have as something which will change the face of medicine in Nigeria? Because the health of the people is very, very important to my heart, and the healthy nation is a happy nation. Is it so? So we have this question I'm asking is, what do you think we can bring in, at least in order to transfer, those things, expectations which we think Nigerians deserve to live long? Because the age limit of Nigerians about 10 years ago, we argued in some research which are lectures, women had about, so the age of women were around 52, then we were lagging behind 40, 47. Around this time in which we are now, it has increased a little, notwithstanding the situation in our hospitals is very, very difficult. So what can you do to help us so that Nigerians will feel happy and live? Many doctors are leaving Nigeria, going to other places. So it's part of happiness.
Thank you, sir. Health. A healthy nation is a wealthy nation. I will go for a lady now and then one final guy. Where's the look?
Look from the back now. Come at the back. Come at the back.
Sorry. My question regarding the exchange rate and the forex market in Nigeria. What plan do you have? Do you plan to maintain the forex market as it is, or do you plan to combine, or where is the rate of
Thank you. Okay.
Yes, sir. Your Excellency, it's a pleasure. Now, the Sustainable Development Goals is something a lot of people think is only made for for countries, but what we don't realize is most of the major companies now are using it. Nike, Shell. The company I work for that most of you shop at, Primark, everybody knows it, uses SDP. Now we have 17 goals. Each goal is very detailed. Very detailed. By the time you get into office, you have 7 years left. How do we prioritize which of these goals to deal with? Thank you, sir.
We have 5 already. We are running short of time. He takes this one. If he's still in the mood to take more, we will. If not, I will have to apologize.
But you have to come to the back. You're not coming at the back. You have to come over here.
Hello? Okay. Let me just quickly start with somebody who talked about sustainable development goals. Let me assure you, again, this is for you to go and verify. I became the governor of Anambra State in 2000. I became the governor of Anambra State in 2006. March. I was impeached. It was a very difficult time. I was impeached 6 months after. And I came back 3 months after. I was removed again because of elections in about 4 months. So I actually became governor of Anambra State late 2007. MDG, which was what preceded ADG, started in 2000 and year 2000. It was 2000, year 2000 to year 2015. As governor of Anambra State, we started the implementation of MDG in 2008. When he has already done 7 years. By the time it was concluded in year 2015, Anambra State was #1 in MDG. I was even invited to speak on what we did in the United Nations in New York, to know what we did. And that brings into the question that he asked. How are we going to deal with the issue of health? When he asked question about HDI is driven by 3 components. Number 1 issue in HDI is life expectancy, which is health. Nigerian life expectancy today, global average today is 75 years. Nigeria is about 54. So we are actually 21 years below the average. Nigeria, as you know, have just overtaken India in infant mortality. We actually expected to overtake India in 2024, but we were 2 years ahead of target. So it's critical. Primary health is very critical in Nigeria. As governor, when I started, there was no single school of nursing, school of midwifery. God asked how many people are under health is important, it's critical. Same thing goes to the lady that asked about primary education. The foundation of the society is basic education, which is primary education. Today, countries with half of our population gets more even diaspora remittances than we. Philippines today has over 50 million diaspora remittances. Come to Africa. Egypt today gets more diaspora remittances than us, almost 30 billion. Ours is going down. Why? Because if you go around, yesterday in London, I used 2 Ubers. one was Filipino, sorry, one was Egyptian, the other one was from somewhere in Asia. If you go to Dubai, all you see is same thing. Egyptians are all over the place, doing minicab and everywhere, because they are educated, they have basic education. Ours is the ones who did educate yesterday. They are the ones kidnapping us now. Because they have nothing. I've been to prisons to interview those who have been kidnapped. You will be shocked. They have no job. And yes, how much are they paid? They are paid 50,000, 50,000 naira. So they have a basic job where they are living. So, basic education is, and it's free in Nigeria. It's free. But nobody has followed it religiously the way it should be. We will do that. It is important. Extremely important. So not just in Ukraine. If we had done that, we would have had people in famine. That's why then they say Ukraine has grain issues affecting Nigeria. What are we to do with Ukraine? Grain issue. We should be giving to the world. We should replace the grain that the world is looking. When Ukraine can no longer supply them. National Assembly. I said it here that I was impeached. I have worked with, as governor, I worked with 30 men, all the members of the House of Assembly. None came from my party. That was the reason why they impeached me. But that wasn't the reason entirely. But when they realized, when everybody realized where I'm going to, they were the best house I worked with. I had 30-member PDP, and I was happy. And everything went very well. And it's very simple. When you do the right thing, you embrace the people. You checkmate the other for you. When people realize where I was impeached, I can tell you, my impeachment was actually God sent. Because of my impeachment, for those who know it, that was how I completed my tenure. Because you opened the eyes of so many people. I was impeached for 3 things. I'm not talking about impeachment today, so I won't do well on it. 3 items. What about my impeachment? Those of you who knew Anambra knew that the House, the governor, my predecessor, had issued some people, and they bought the office of the governor and bought the governor's lodge. So when I became governor, there was no house, there was no governor's house, there was no governor's office. They had an approval that year to repair the governor's office, 298 million naira. To repair the lodge, to rebuild the lodge, and refurbish it, was the cost of 486 million. This is an approved budget. It wasn't me who approved it. I was not part of it. But when I came in, found out what we were saying, that we need to focus on education. So we threw more money into education. I needed to cut every cost of everything in my office. So I said, instead of this contract that I've been given to somebody, sort of, I will do it at that level. For the 298 million naira, we budgeted to fix the office. It cost me 43,200,000. So I did, and everything was very new. The only thing I didn't buy new was the table. Because there was no, it's not as if I bought it for her, but there's a table used by one of the governors that left since, and it was there. So, and the father is a very good table, except that he just needs to bring them, and people say, oh, table, this is table. There's nothing in table, it's just to write. Of course, to refurbish the office of the governor, the house of the governor, 486 million, everything took up 81 million. Because they had an idea to buy bed, imported bed, this, that. So, well, it doesn't concern me. There must be somebody in America who can do it. It doesn't really matter. If you have everything not to sleep, even if they put you in the best bed in the world, you'll be awake. So, for me, it doesn't really matter which bed. And today, the guy that did my bed in Norca is employing over 100 workers. Wow. So I want to say, you can do it. They want leather chair. This is chair. Cover it with leather. It becomes leather chair. What is the chair leather chair? You know, somebody wrote what wrote about me. And the person said to me, Peter, if you want to be like a friend, I won't bring you that. This is if you don't know, it's your imagination. You know, it's at the end of the day, it doesn't matter whether this product, well, it's sold 1,000 dollars. It's sold $60. If I actually want to be fantastic, you don't make it. Everybody will see you. But if you wear a crowd, by the time we live here 2 days, some people will be saying, you don't know that man. You don't know that lady was wearing purple. The other one said, oh, you're wearing that. Okay. I can't remember. If you remember her, but if any of us won't make it here, everyone will remember the better. So, for me, I'm not saying people should, but that was why I was in beach. These 2 items. So, my 3 items, I was saving money. And I told them that from day one, you can't finish everything. Because this money we're spending today is all you want that belongs to our children as well. So, you can manage National Assembly. Again, if you are not doing the wrong thing, you have to do the right thing. What is the exchange rate? Monetary exchange rate is easier thing. I said it before. Where is the production? Vietnam used to be one of the highest exporters of rice. Vietnam now exports rice. I told you before, Nigeria is a country of 200 million people living on 923,000 square kilometers of land. And their total export, let them use their own rate. It's 50, let me use it, not for 50 billion naira, using the official rate. It's not enough. Vietnam is 100 million, which is half the population of Nigeria. So we are 200 million, they are 100. Vietnam lives on 331,000 square kilometers of land. So they live on a third of our land space. The total export last year is $312 billion. So for Vietnam, it was $30,000 per head, in fact $30,100 per head. Production. So, if you produce more and export, you earn more dollars. That's how to keep your money strong. Otherwise, you're going to have all these 30 exchange rates. It's not necessary. When Nigeria was good, we were not having multiple. You just go to the bank and exchange your money. The production. What is keeping Germany? Production. What is keeping countries? Production. Once you're production, once you're producing, once you're doing the right thing, that's it. As I said here, we move the country from consumption to production. Reduce corruption. Build confidence. Secure the country. You build intangible assets that will attract investors. There's money all over the world looking for where to invest. But you have to make your house clean. That's the of the fact. That's the right. You have to have leaders who have capacity and energy. Not when you're carrying people in wheelchairs going all over the place. You're going to come here and give money. That's not how it works. Somebody said to me yesterday, Peter, you're in London. I just saw you speak at the NBA on Monday, and I saw you with this going on. I said, I'm going to be in Germany today, and tomorrow I'm going to, on Sunday I'm going to speak at an event in Canada. Toronto. And I said, Monday I'm in Toronto. He said, Peter, I think what do you think you're doing? This thing you're doing is not the way to do this thing. How do you think does it work? Because you've done it the wrong way, all this while. And that's what people are. People are doing what they change. Let's do how other people are doing it. Let's know how. And the amount who comes back here for one meeting, jobs in another meeting. When it's time, you will be tired. Don't go and start questioning everybody.
Thank you. Okay. 5 more questions.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the opportunity, Mr. Peter. My name is Chibi. My question is on the security of the Southeast. You were a one-time governor of Anambra State. I happened to live in Anambra State in Onitsha when you were governor. My father was a pastor in Awada. So we knew about the security issue and how you tackled it to the standstill. Our question is, looking at the deteriorating security issue of Anambra, Imo State, Abia State, what is your plan, even before the election itself? Do you have a plan to reach out to some of these people who are playing these roles to make the state ungovernable? And even after the election, when you win the presidency, what is your plan? Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. The woman now. The woman.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Sir, you are welcome. We appreciate you. Anyway, my name is Mr. Peter Obi. I'm from English State, Nigeria. Sir, the question I want to ask, and this very question goes, many Nigerians have been clamoring for this question to answer. It's a $1 million question. And this question is, are you going to restructure Nigeria? If yes, please tell us how you are going to do it. I don't have much time to wait here, but please, let me pass it.
Thank you. You know where I'm
my name is Mr Peter Obi. I come from Gombe State. And I'm a
Can we please grant him the audience to ask his question?
Thank you. My name is Idi Uga Audu, and I come from Gombe State. My background is in agricultural engineering. I have PhD in food engineering and biotechnology technology. I did my PhD in Thailand. My question is related to agriculture in terms of sustainability, the issue of climate change, which has a possibility of affecting production. So, how do you intend to integrate sustainability in terms of environment protection and also agricultural production? The second question is, how do you intend to empower the communities or the local people? For example, you said that you were impeached. Is it possible for us to recall back those who that we elected if they are not doing what we asked them to do? We need to be empowered. So how can we be empowered so that we can recall these kind of people that will go and be doing things that are not of interest to the community? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Welcome, Mr. Peter Obi. My name is Stanley Ajibu. So my question has to do with my experience when I was at the university in Futo. So during our final years, we do projects. Engineering students, we design equipment and manufacturing or equipment things and test them and it works. And most times after doing this, then you see a mechanical engineer ending up in bank in Nigeria, working as a banker. So how do we harness this talent from the university so that we can use it to develop technology in Nigeria?
Beautiful question.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you very much. My name is Oyefuchi of Anambra State. I was still in DMGS when Peter Obi was the president, was the governor of Anambra State. Straight to my question, please. Everybody has asked many questions. And then we go to a particular area that we don't look at, but it can generate millions of dollars for Nigeria. I'm talking about sports. We neglect it a lot in Nigeria. But this angle can take the youth off the streets and at the same time earn Nigeria money in millions of dollars. I'm a sports person. I left Nigeria and I was sad because I'm involved in sports. But due to the fact that I didn't have the opportunity to advance in certain aspects, I had to leave to come and develop myself better. So when I see youths fight in the street, motorbikes, you see conductors fight, these people can be turned to UFC fighters. And they can earn. So, Mr. President, please, can you tell us how you intend to develop sports in Nigeria? Please, thank you very much.
Thank you.
My name is Mr Peter Obi. My question is this, Mr. President. What is your plan concerning, because in my own view, Nigerian problem started with our judicial system. In a situation whereby there is a corrupt people we know physically, not minding their country, we know these people are corrupt. And nobody, not ex-president, have gone to, because here in Germany, They can check what you get from this before day you started work here. So they are retirement. They know what you earn. In Nigeria, you saw somebody who is not even up to 100,000 in the beginning. When he finished all this, you saw him with millions and billions of dollars, and nobody's talking about him. And I believe it's the efficient system because they are the ones that condone these people. My question is this: what are you going to do in like judicial system, the judicial system, because they are the ones who condone these corrupt people that we know that nobody talked about them.
What do you intend to do about the judiciary when you get into office?
Let me just plead. I know a lot of you. I know a lot of you want to ask questions. I will plead. We've done about 30, and I will plead. When Sonny said to me, we're going to be here 7 to 10, I said we're going to be here 7 to 10:30. Then he said to us, don't worry, at least I'm sure I'll be standing for 2 hours. I'll plead. When we finish this one, because of one or two things, how it's done. Those who didn't answer their question will have opportunity of even doing so by mail. Or even some of them I might still answer as to deal with other issues tonight. Someone talking about security in the Southeast. And he said you knew what happened when I was there. Dealing with security is a lot of combination of a lot of things. Let us not be shy. There's agitations all over Nigeria today. Whether it's in the Southeast, in the Southwest, in the North, and South. All those agitations are again accumulating the effect of leadership failure over the place. And we must allow and listen to everybody. I believe in dialogue. I've always said it. I believe in dialogue. I believe in everything. Even in my house, my children disagree with me. My wife disagrees with me. And I tell them, because I want a peace, because I'm a father who wants a peaceful house, I sit down and dialogue and talk to them. And I tell you today, if my wife says you will go, I'll beg her not to go. And she knows it's the case. Because I will check, if this woman goes now, who will lose more? They won't even believe that she went. They say, this guy is saying, he has sacked his wife. They won't believe that she wants to go. So it's me who will lose more. So I'll beg her to stay. I don't think there's I'm just using family to show you, I don't think there's any peaceful place. Not true. I've told my own children, when they talk about marriage, I said, you see her, your mom and everybody, see your uncle, say, we're celebrating 20 years, 10 years of happy marriage, 30 years. It's not true. There's no 1 year of happy married life. 30 years. I said, they're telling you, they're celebrating years of surviving from cancer. Because a human being disagrees. That's what they're celebrating. It is not ability to quarrel and agree that makes it worthwhile. Same thing goes the society. People can say, no, I don't want to live here. Okay, come, let's stop. My children tell me that these are the people whom I know if they go. In my own house, so I know that if they go, they don't even have any place to go. But they still tell me that it is like that. I say, okay, it's always happening. That was what happened then when I was there. Then you're talking. I sat down and talked with everybody. Because when things are going wrong, everybody wants to go his own way. This Germany, I have followed the history. They don't like this. There's disagreement. Over the years, for every country, it is something you sit down. So, issue of security, I told you how we're going to deal with it. You put poor people out of poverty. There's no place where you have separatists like you have it in South America, Brazil and everything. But the more the economy becomes better, those things on their own, because when people are engaged, they go off certain things. Issue of restructuring. I've talked a lot about this. And somebody said, let me tell you, restructure is for the interest of the country. You're not doing anybody a favor. Even those who are against it will benefit more. Because it will make every component of the country productive. For example, why is Nigeria against state police? It doesn't make sense to me. Why would every state protect themselves? What's wrong with state police? Why would Nigeria, why would they allow education to be run by states? It doesn't make sense to me because the entire university in Nigeria has a population of less than 3 million, which is just what 2 universities in Bangladesh is. For God's sake, if people in another place want to put all their people in school, let them put their people in school. It means effectiveness and competition. It's not like that all over the world. So when we talk about restructuring, but it's not something you can do overnight. What at times disturbs me is that people think that restructure can bring this automatic. No. I've said it. The vehicle the way it is today has an engine problem. So change your driver might not make the vehicle to move. You need to fix the engine. So that's where the structure comes in. But a driver, we have to have a good driver. We cannot continue the driver who will not be engine first of all. So when we have a good driver, it's easier. Agriculture and climate control. Prof. Sonny, I need to work with Prof. I need to learn. If I tell you I know about what this question you asked me, it's not true. I'm not fast with climate control. You know? I am obediently available. I want you to give me a clip on it. And what is happening? That's why I'm very sorry. You must help me. You know, because as I said, it's about learning. I took it very, very personal. I want to learn more about that. Extremely important. Sorry. I need to take from God to learn. Oh, brother. Please. I want to learn from God. You know. Because of elected politicians, let me tell you, there won't be need for a call. organizing, everybody will know. You know, when people talk about it, there's nothing to worry about. Harnessing engineering in talent. Let me tell you why an engineer went to bank. Because there's no opportunity in engineering. Simple. Doctors here don't end up in the bank. Do they? No. Because there's opportunity in Nigeria, they end up in the bank. Because you've done the wrong thing. You've not built a professional system that allows the lecturer in the university to do his work. Tell me how you can be doing research. A professor can be doing research to write books when the government are negotiating with bandits. It doesn't make sense. They can't sit down with the professor. I invested on strike now for 5 months. Professors are being treated like nobody. If you shut down university education here for 1 month, you will be in office again. Sports issue. My brother, I'm happy he said he lives in Onitsha. When I was governor, it was surprising the day I became governor. Onitsha have no single stadium. You know that? One of the biggest things that happened, one of the biggest worries I had as a governor, because yes, for 8 years I was president, was the issue of Onitsha Stadium. You know that? By the time I became governor, there were 2 stadiums that I know in Onitsha. They have become local government office. So I went to Onitsha and said, please, I want local government to move out of here so I can turn it into stadium it used to be. The local government sued me to go. They refused to go. But luckily for me, the court was come up on Tuesday, on Sunday, and demolished the entire office. That's how you might not know the importance of Onitsha sports. The first football club ever owned by an individual in Onitsha was owned by Justice Ibaz. Ibaz without tables. That's the first private club in Onitsha. The longest serving national captain is Godwin Achebe. You know, because we don't have this. So I'm not done your Onitsha, I'm not local government headquarters. Build a new local government headquarters within 6 months. Not done your Onitsha South one to build the stadium, which I named this one in Basel, the other one Godwin Achebe. Let me tell you, my brother, we don't know the value of sports. Jamaica is sports to reduce criminality.
Exactly, sir. Exactly.
That's why I said that the leader must have competence, so he must have knowledge. Exactly. To know what's And they are telling you it's not this judiciary system. The judiciary is not our problem. The problem is the society. Let me tell you, the problem is all of you here. If I say I want to buy a house in China tomorrow now, you'll be shocked. The Nigerians will be showing me where the good house is. You'll be shocked. When I went to the government, when I said I'm contesting government, I didn't have a house in my village. So I went to my village. I went to the government. You know the first thing they told me? How come? You don't even have a house in the village. I said, I want to be government. And this I want to build a house. I said, how come? He doesn't know what he's talking. They want me to build one. So I went to the government. We had to build the house in the village. My late mother built the house in the village. And because of the boys, this number of boys, he built it in a flat. I have my own flat. So why do you want me to build another one? I have three rooms there. Next 3 rooms were not for me. I have 2 kids. They're not for you. So me and my wife sleep in one. They have one. So what again are we doing? But they want us to build a new one. And it's like that today. And they say, hey, Peter, this thing here, you know, we can't understand you. So we say, maybe there's something. Maybe they do this. Maybe maybe something he did here. Why can't this man have a house? I have a house. So, but what happens? If they have time they elected me governor, within 6 months, I come and build one massive thing, bring everybody, and say I'm doing Thanksgiving. The same people who knew I did not have a house will come there, be praying for me, wherever I got the money. I want to buy it. See what they, and you're not going to try. These are you who are supposed to call police and say, no, I'm sorry. But they know where the money came from. They are not the ones selling. No. Because we also discipline house. Somebody said when he saw me traveling, he saw me carrying my bag. Yes, I didn't get the government. Why would I be traveling with people who are not invited to where I'm going, have no contribution to where I'm going, have nothing? It's not only me now talking for the past 3 hours. So if 2 people are come with me, what would they be doing? And I'm going to be. So everybody must have a value before you enter the box. If you don't have anywhere to go, please stay home. Whatever it is that I do, that's it. That's all. And that's how I'm going to do all my trips. That's because there are people, what are they going to be doing? Wherever I'm going to meet people there. These people will clap. So why do I have to pay for doing nothing? So my dear people, I plead with you. Let us take this issue serious. Young men will talk about sports. Sports is critical. But what is more critical is for you to use whatever means you have, whatever social media anywhere, to unless